But first, businesses today, no matter their size, are being advised to gain the maximum value for their enterprise infrastructure. Enterprise infrastructure is the technology backbone of the modern business. And this week, Dubai will host a conference on the subject organized by eSolutions Maximo. Its group managing partner, Gaby Matar, joins us now. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, Mr. Matar.
Thank you for having me.
Now, how much are businesses in the Middle East spending on IT, and what are forecasts for the future?
Well, actually, IDC, in their latest study and research, they forecasted for 2013 for the Middle East $20+ billion. But what is more important is two things. First, the growth percentage that we are having year on year, and second, the split of this IT spending. First of all, we are having 8.5% growth year on year compared to the worldwide IT spending in the average of 6%. The US in the range of 6.5%, Western Europe in the range of 2%. We are enjoying 8.5% hopefully forecast. The second is the split of this $20 billion. It is mainly on, definitely you have it three categories, hardware, software and services. Today we are seeing more on software and services the IT spending is, which is a good sign. That means people are going after the value that the software can bring and the IT can bring, pushing boxes as hardware.
So let's go back to spending. Why is spending here so much higher?
First of all, this is considered a growth market compared to a matured market. So we are still having a lot to really do in the IT sector in this region. And therefore the pace is going really in the right direction. 8.5% still considered moderate compared to what is required for this region.
So tell us about enterprise infrastructure and how it can help businesses here.
Yes, of course. First of all, I'm very proud to announce that according to Gartner, we are having the, we call it lion's share of the market. So it's market leadership position. Maximo has been identified by Gartner as the #1 package for the enterprise asset management worldwide with the 17.2% share, and for the region we are enjoying close to 30% market share. It's a total revenue of $1.5 billion. Now, enterprise asset management, usually what it does, it reduces the cost of operation, and it minimizes the downtime that an asset is supposed to have. It is critical enough for an operation. Let me give you an example. It's a very simple example that can be probably much easier to explain. You must be having a car, of course. What if you are having to take your car for maintenance less time than it is today? For example, in a year you need to take your car 4 or 5 times to maintain. And with the appropriate asset management tool in place, no need for me to take you for each and every 5,000 kilometers. I can do it only and only when it is required. So I can minimize your downtime of having your car to be maintained. At the same time, I'm reducing the cost of operation because it is managed properly.
So it's an initial investment, but as you know, many businesses in this region are SMEs and they do want to see returns on investments. So what are your projections for returns on investments for these types of businesses?
Yes, of course. First of all, we had, part of our support to our existing client base is to really bring them together all under one roof. In order to really exchange the information. This is why we are having this conference on April 9th until 11th. It's a 3 days conference. What we do in this conference, we have all these users communicating with each other, what are the way of them implementing Maximo. And second, they can talk to the industry experts and see exactly what are the best practices worldwide. And third, they can have what are the Maximo roadmap and what are the new functionality that they are supposed to happen. Now, the return on investment is usually happening once you are having enough training to the staff. Because usually when we come, we do the implementation, we give them the best advice that we can, the best practices that we know, and we have all the business processes in place. What is more important is for the staff or for the users to really use the software in the best manner way. Now, if they can reduce the labor, they can increase the labor utilization, they can reduce the inventory, the capital needed to have the inventory and the space, and they can have as well reduction in cost of operation. And if I manage to have your production line maximizing the uptime of it, definitely the revenue is going to increase because you'll be able to sell more. So the revenue is up, the cost is down, and this is the return is there.
So case studies are obviously quite essential in your business. Tell us a bit about case studies and how you use them.
They are crucial. And out of the 25 presentations that you are having, there are almost 14 presenters from the clients themselves. They are talking about what they have achieved. And the case studies are crucial for us because we walk the talk. So we don't just tell this is how much margin you are going to get more, or this is how much percentage of reduction of cost. It is more, it has been proven, we show it based on our clients that we have.
Okay, Gaby Matar, thanks very much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.